Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. It's going to be a best of 5 here from Katowice 2019, the round of 2 between Maru and SOS, starting on Parasite, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner is going to be the Red Terran player Maru, and in the top left-hand corner, the Blue Protoss player SOS. Now, two of the favorite players of people who love StarCraft 2. Terran players love Maru. Protoss players love SOS. It's going to be an epic best of 5 PVT from Katowice. Okay, embarrassing story time. The first time I saw the tournament Katowice, I figured it was Katowice because I didn't know how Polish works. But yeah, it's Katowice, which kind of rolls better and sounds better as well. All right, so no proxies here, no cannon rushing, no proxy barracks, just, you know, just gateways inside your main, barracks inside your main here. It's going to be maybe a Reaper opening. I don't know. I just don't feel like Terran players get much value out of their Reaper these days. If you kill a probe, that is a miracle. That is a miracle. You are very, very good with the Reaper, or the Protoss player is very, very bad against Reapers. Yeah, that's basically it. Anyway, we'll see what this is. I mean, based on the gas income here by Maru, it feels like that's what we're looking at. So let's see if we go ahead and toss that sucker up, and it is going to be a Reaper. So Reaper's name is Bizarro. Bizarro is a smart, normal person. Oh, I'm sorry. Bizarro is smart, normal person. Bizarro fixed things with hugs and kindness. Then non-human Freedom Land released Bizarro and sent Bizarro out of the Reaper program. Bizarro will love and heal all Zergling and workers with bullet vacuums. Is that Bizarro Superman? Is that a thing? Bizarro Superman is dumb, but as strong as Superman, so it's not great. Not that Superman is incredibly intelligent. I don't think. I just generally, if Superman was smart, he'd use his powers in a way to where he was effectively invincible and vulnerable. You just can't beat him. But anyway, scouting around here is Bizarro, going to see what he can see, and the answer is not much. He knows there's a probe around here somewhere. Is that a proxy? SOS, do it. Throw it down. Give us a pylon down here. Make it exciting here in game number 1. I'd love you forever. Now, I want to say it was SOS that 3-0'd Maru at BlizzCon. I know it was, maybe it was Stats. It was either Stats or SOS. It was an elite Protoss player that's name starts with an S and has a short name. And I get these two confused all the time, and it's not great, but it's where we are anyway. So no, this probe is just running around, just trying to be, just hiding, I guess, trying to stay alive. One shot, gets that second shot off, and I think that Reaper, can it hop up? The juke! The juke around, though. Oh my gosh, it's so close. Oh, it does manage to escape. Bizarro managed to get the heck on out of there. Well done. Good control there by Maru, but what else do we expect from this player? In all honesty, I don't know. I don't expect much more. That was fantastic. Okay, what's the follow-up going to be here? We have a factory going for Widow Mines. We got a starport coming in here, too, so likely going to be a Widow Mine drop opening out of Maru. And then over on the other side, Protossville, it is definitely going to be a Blink Stalker opening here, which can be pretty great. I want to say that's one of the things that Maru struggled with quite a bit at BlizzCon, with some Blink Stalker play just showing up at weird times that Maru wasn't expecting it, as Bizarro comes around in here, still has no kills and is going to die. Trying to make some stuff happen. Hellion gets on in here, the natural base, is bruising a bunch of workers, has a kill, has 2 kills, which is not too bad, actually. You know what? Bam! Hallucinated Oracle comes in to go for the scout. Hallucinated Oracle, which Maru saw. Maru's like, all right, that was hallucinated. I don't have to actually build any anti-air against this. It's interesting it's not a Phoenix, though. I guess maybe the idea would be, again, the mind games. You see an Oracle come in, you respond differently than if you see a Phoenix come in, but nope. Noporama. Third base on the way from SOS. Dang, so this is not 2-base craziness from him. Wow, this Hellion has another kill. 4 kills on this Hellion. MVP of the match so far is our Hellion friend. Yeah, the Oracle comes in. Oh, Widow Mine actually does absorb a Widow Mine hit there. See how this is placed behind the command center? So it's harder to see. That's great placement by Maru. Just beautiful. Just so sneaky. That's what I like about it. Robotics facility coming in right now for SOS. Maru is dealing with stalkers at his front door. He's going for a 3rd command center. He has a bunch of Marines. Do you have anything else? He's making a tank here. He's making a Raven too, but I don't know, man. 4 stalkers and an adept is pretty good. Killing an SCV building, that supply depot at the front. Raven, maybe with an anti-armor missile, with enough energy to do that, could do something about this, but doesn't have the energy for it yet. There's the auto turret, though. Auto turret damage is pretty serious business. Tank sets up. Okay, so now you need to get out of here. Now I think with the tank, you can... Did he just blink dodge tank fire? No way. No, 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 no way. Hold on. I gotta see that. You can't blink. It's instant. You can't blink dodge that. Alright, so the auto turret comes down. Pa, 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 pa. Okay, let's look at these guys in varying states of injury here. Okay. No. Alright, alright, alright. So it killed one of the stalkers right here. This guy got eviscerated and evaporated. So it looked kind of like he blinked, but he really just completely died, and there was no corpse left over, I believe is how that is. Another Hellion comes in, gets picked off by a sentry, no big deal. Continuing, there's an observer production there out of SOS. Back home going for charge. Maru is working on that tank production. Marine tank is going to be the name of the game right now. Tank's pretty darn good against Protoss, but if the Protoss can kind of stay out of the range of the tanks, they're going to have a pretty good time. In general, especially if we get a lot of charge lots, maybe we go for some Colossus, some Storm is generally where you want to go. As Protoss here, Storm is really hard for Terran to deal with until they get Ghosts out, until they get EMP out, and I don't see any sign of a Ghost Academy on the way quite yet from Maru. He's really on 2 bases, remember. So it's hard for him to get the gas income for that and to stay alive at the same time. But that's what makes these players great, is they can defend while expanding, while teching. And then suddenly it's 10 minutes into the game, they have a maxed out army and 4 bases and 5 bases, and you're like, what happened? Where have I been in all this time? Anyway, Stalkers dancing around a bit. Just really not committing to anything here at all. It's just going to be a Warp Prism. It's going to be Zealous. It's going to be +1/+1 for these ground units. And Maru is doing just more of the same. Marines, Marauders, Combat Shield, Stim. +1 attack for infantry, making more Widow Mines. He never really got that Widow Mine attack off, did he? I guess it was defensive. Or as what these Widow Mines are, is dealing with Phoenix flying in, Oracles more importantly flying in, Warp Prisms maybe. But look at this, a 4th base on the way from SOS right now, while Maru is on 2 bases. I think Maru just kind of needs to go. He's up 45 to 40 army supply. The longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be for him. As a Widow Mine does get picked off from the low ground there by those Stalkers, thanks to the Observer. He blinks in. Any damage he can find is going to be good damage here. He takes down the missile turret. He's going to try to take down a tech lab, I guess. And then when the enemy shows up with his blink on out, don't lose anything, head on home, no big deal. No big deal at all. Man, this base is such a problem for Maru. He needs to expand, is what I'm trying to say here. He's got his 3rd, but it's inside his natural, which is not going to be great for him at all. But the problem here for SOS is he doesn't have any splash damage at all. He's got charge lots. He's got Guardian shield up. Oh, tank down. That's a problem. And here's your engagement. Zealots coming in for the flank attack on the right side. What is the Raven even doing here? Nothing as far as I can tell. It has not thrown down any spells yet. Tank on the high ground going to try to help with this, but warping in additional gateway units here. I don't know if you can do this right now, SOS. I'm really questioning your ability to sneak in here with all these Marines and Marauders, and Tank sitting here with some Widow Mines too, and he does. He does decide to pull on back. But still, the 3rd base just now landing for Maru as the 4th base is done warping in. For SOS, Widow Mine's trying to get up to the front, pulling back here, blinking Stalkers away. Actually, Concussive Shell has been researched. Picking off some of these Stalkers, the ones that don't have blink anyway. Free, oh, that was a free sentry. But also some units get stuck behind on the other side of the force field. Get picked up by Maru, good save. Meanwhile, Zealot's coming into the main base of Maru. There's some harassment potential here, going after these SCVs, and a lot of that SCVs all of a sudden. The army coming back to deal with this. Is the whole thing going to go back home? Doesn't really need to. There are reinforcements here to try to save it. Engaging up here in the middle of the map, 2 Marines, Marauders. There's the anti-armor missile catching a ton of those Zealots. All but 4 of them do get a Dorito missile there. And chasing on up is Maru. Army supply 84 to 67. Suddenly it looks like maybe SOS has overexpanded a little bit here. All he has are gateway units versus this Marine Marauder Medevac Widow Mine tank setup. With Medevac support, army supply is way outstripping SOS at this point. 90 to 81. Just warped in a bunch of Zealots. It looks like for SOS. Is that going to be enough is the question. Warp Prism heading on down to the south. Pushing up to the natural base right now is Maru. He's got his little long train of units. He brought SCVs with him. This is kind of an all-in situation. Good, nice little anti-armor. Decent split there. Denying upgrades there. He's going to deny +2/+2, which is massive for him. Really big stuff. Widow Mine's firing on a bunch of those Stalkers. Marines, Marauders clearing out what is left of the Stalkers there. Suddenly the army supply for SOS is plummeting. We're just standing in, fighting straight up. The Zealots are trying to get in here and buffer some of this damage, but they are all completely wiped out. All that's left are Stalkers. They are legendarily bad against Marines and Marauders, especially in these numbers and especially with these upgrades. And that is going to be it for SOS. It's 81 to 23 armor supply. His natural base is toast. His probes are getting wiped out. Look how fast this Nexus dies to this army. Probes and Zealots trying to save the day, but nope, it's not going to happen. And there's your good game. Maru does end up taking game number 1 of this best of 5, really off of 2 bases, kind of off of 3, but mostly on a 2-base attack. And I think that SOS made a mistake going for that 4th base rather. That 4th base with no splash damage at all. Blink Stalkers and Zealots and Sentries is all he thought he needed. Maybe some Warp Prism attacks to keep Maru on his back foot, but Maru decided to move out, and there just wasn't anything. There was nothing that SOS could do about this. He didn't have any Storm. He didn't have any Archons even, and just Gateway units are going to lose the battle against these guys every day of the week. Every day. And the anti-armor missile helped there. I'm not sure it was entirely necessary, but might as well make a Raven turns. Bring it along. Anti-armor is a good spell, and even better against Protoss these days now that it reduces shields as well. So that's game 1 of our best of 5. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Game 2 is going to be on Blueshift, the ladder edition. Top right-hand corner, Maru. Bottom left-hand corner, SOS. And what I should have done during the break there was actually check to see where actually Maru got beat and by who. It's either SOS or stats. Maru versus, is it SOS? Yeah, that was it. It was Maru versus SOS in the quarterfinals of 2018 BlizzCon. This is the guy. So Maru, very happy, I think, after that result, being like, all right. So my teammate here, this guy I played a million games against, he 3-0'd me at BlizzCon, which is horrible, but I beat him. I beat him in game 1 of a series that really matters here at Katowice. I can do it. He doesn't have me figured out entirely. He's not just going to 3-0 me again here. That's got to be just a great liberating feeling for our Terran player. Got some harassment going on, and he's going to see the lack of a barracks. Now, this could be mind games, right? This could be Maru just throwing up a barracks down here, keeping it close to home where he can protect it, but also just enough to throw the Protoss player off and make him worried. However, the double gas with the missing barracks indicates we're going to see a factory somewhere closer to home. There's your barracks for Maru. What is the answer going to be from SOS? He's going to keep his stuff close to home too, get a double gas up as well. He's not going to expand out of this. This is not going to be a 1K expand at all from our Protoss player. It's going to be a Reaper. There's your Reaper. Reaper's name is Hodor. Hodor. Oh, Hodor. Love that guy. Just carried Bran without complaint. Defended everybody without complaint. What a wonderful, wonderful dude. Alright, man. So the problem is, you don't have a Cyber Core yet if you're SOS. So the Reaper's going to get in here. There's only going to be a Zealot. This probe is the most annoying probe of all time, though. And actually, Factory just comes up back home. So not going to be Proxy Fact. Just really, really fast Reaper from Maru. He's going to try to get some damage done and maybe get himself an early advantage here in the second game of this best of 5. One probe gonna go down. There's no saving it here. This is some really heavy micro. No, don't. Why are you killing the Zealot? No. It's 100 shots to kill that Zealot. And then an Adept comes out. All right, man. So one probe goes down. I don't know if that was worth it. Look at the probe pylon probe block here on the wall. Can't wall off. The Adept's gonna get in. What are you gonna do about that? Well, I do have a Widow Mine, says Maru. That seems like a pretty good thing. Reaper swinging back in. Hodor, he is a man of few words, and by few I mean one. Is he gonna get another kill? KD8 charge, and there it is. It gets inside the Vespene Geyser. It is alive, but it is... Oh, come on. Don't take too many shots. Don't do it. Don't you do it, man. Probe finally gets taken out by that SCV. Well done by him. You don't let this finish. You can't let it finish, because if he lets it finish, it's part of the wall. And that's just as good, right? 2 Reapers actually heading on home. And all right, man. So you've got a wall there. I don't know why that helps you, SOS. I'm trying to decide what the answer, like, why? Anyway, where the heck is our Widow Mine? Oh, it's over here. It took some shots, it looks like, before it burrowed. It does force a cancel. Temporary cancel here. Temporary pause here on this natural base. Adept. Oh, 2 HP on that Widow Mine. Does get the kill, though. That was huge for Maru. Now the Pylon's going to get killed. Another Adept is coming up here to get rid of this Widow Mine. There we go. Avenging the loss of her sister there. I don't know why he's so interested in killing this Pylon. It just means the Adept can get inside. I don't understand it at all. Oh my gosh, he's going immediately for a Magfield Accelerator upgrade and another pause on that expansion. Holy smokes. Expansion coming up at home for SOS right now. Reaper's heading on home. Where the heck? Oracle swinging around. We got an Adept. Is that the same Adept that killed? Yeah, that's the same Adept that killed the SCV over here. That Oracle's name is Oracola. Oracola. Pepsi, eager to saturate the galactic market before Coke, starts sponsoring Oracles, kind of like NASCAR advertising. Kills are broadcast throughout the universe for all to see. Kind of sounds like esports, man. All right, so Hodor coming on in. Or maybe he hits his friend. I don't know. That's going to be multiple Oracles, by the way. Wait, are you triple? I am so confused by this. All right, so Hodor's dead. How many there are 2 Oracles. There are 3 Oracles out, and he's making another one. What year is it? SOS is going mass Oracle versus Maru here. Okay, so a Viking on the way. Beautiful answer to this. Vikings are so good against Oracles, mainly because Oracles can't shoot up and can't shoot out and can't shoot air to air. It's a limitation they have. But, oh, Cyclones and Vikings and a tank for some reason. I don't know what the tank's going to be used for, really. I don't. Reaper number 2 hops in, is going to die as well. He gets the scout off, I guess. He's the gateways. Sees it's not like mass Stargate here. It's just the one, but it is a lot of Oracles. I mean, some missile turrets would be pretty good in the situation too, I guess. But the thing is, missile turrets can actually take damage from Oracles, whereas Vikings cannot. Making more? Not really. Production tab does show turrets on the way now. There we go, inside those mineral lines. Third base warping on in for SOS up the left side there. And it's going to be a mass Oracle play, which I think Maru's aware of this, which is why he's going for the Vikings. Seems like a logical choice. Oh, is he going to scout out this pylon? He sees the probe. He sees the probe up there. He decides to come up and see what's going on up in this way. And he's going to... He's just going to miss that pylon. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what he's going to do. What is SOS going to do with that thing? Maybe shield batteries? Very possibly maybe shield batteries. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll watch it. Adept trying to come in for the scout, but, I mean, sure, you're going to see the Marines and the Cyclones, and you're not actually going to see the Vikings, but I think the probe saw that earlier. So here we go. We've got Oracles. Got a good number of them here. 5 of them. Oracola in the mix, and here come the Vikings. They just start working on it. Or they don't. Because they weren't on A move. What? Why would you not have those on A move? Oh, that's insane. All right, I don't know, Oracles. You're kind of stuck at this point. There's some Stalkers defending as well, but there's tanks back here. And Cyclones and Marines and Marauders and missile turret up here inside the main base. Another one on the way. We're going to try to attack at the same time, but attacking to that natural really seems like a bad idea. So turret up, turret down. The repair is not enough to save it there. Turret number 2 is up. The Vikings are going to chase these guys away. So a couple SCVs die, but it's nothing too insane. A lot of them are going to go back to work. Replace that missile turret. And I think Maru is okay. The thing is, the third base is done for SOS back there. Once again, out-expanding the Terran player quite immensely. But this strategy, these Oracles, I just don't know they're going to get much done. I mean, they've killed a few SCVs, right? I'm not going to begrudge them that. And then they recall home. Oh, they all live, too. They all live as well. That's amazing stuff. So there's the recall home. Third base done. Even have a third command center here. No Maru. Looks like Maru, once again, he's just going to go for it. He's like, you know what? SOS did some weird stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and wreck all of his things. How's that sound? Okay, well, there are stasis wards up. That should slow down the advance of the Terran quite efficiently. Temple Archives in production here, too. And Maru is on the warpath. Catches one stasis to the face. Man, 2 Cyclones and 2 Widow Mines caught there. Ugh, another stasis. Catches another Widow Mine. It really slows this down. I don't think Maru wants to attack into here. Well, maybe he does with what he has, I suppose. Good force fields, actually keeping a few of those Marines to die. Tank fire in there. Again, it's just going to be gateway units. The Oracle's coming in to assist as well. Widow Mine's firing on an Oracle. Yeah, but Widow Mine's not able to do much of anything else there. Another Widow Mine shot would be great by this guy right here, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't Widow Mine shot here. Once again, warping into gateway units because that's all he can do right now. Maru's control of this bio is just disgusting. Unburrows the Widow Mine, brings them forward. They do get focused down. One of them gets focused down anyway. Widow Mine shot, bam, on those Zealots. That's a money shot for sure. Third base of SOS is in trouble. Suddenly it's 58-14 army supply. Maru has done it again here. In game number 2, there's just not enough here. We're warping in Zealots, but they're dying almost instantly. The Cyclone's really doing serious work until it gets hacked apart. by a Zealot on that left side here. Cyclone fighting, Widow Mines ready to fire, and that's your good game. Maru ends up taking game number 2 in 8 minutes there. Once again, just off of effectively 2 bases. Marines, Marauders, Widow Mines, and as well as Medivacs there. And this time we did have some Cyclone play too, just for the anti-air against the Oracles. But boy, golly, that was great. That was amazing out of Maru. Actually, let me back it up a little bit. Where did those Oracles go? When did they all die? Stasis, stasis. They didn't go for an attack on the other side of the map. Here they are. So yeah, this is all happening. They come flying over here. Widowmine kills 2 of them. Cyclones with lock on, and then the Marines focus down the rest. Yeah, they really didn't do a whole lot, actually. The Vikings were in on that too. Fair enough. All right, man. So it is 2-0 Maru right now. If he can go ahead and win this thing in the next game, it'll be a 3-0 win. He'll get revenge on his BlizzCon loss against SOS last December or November. We'll see how that goes. Stick with me, and we'll be back with more StarCraft 2 action in just a minute. All right, Maru, 2-0 up against SOS, your nemesis and teammates. Can you close it out? Bottom right-hand corner here on game number 3 on Port Aleksander is Maru. Far away in the top left is going to be SOS. And this SCV is up to no good. Let's go ahead and follow him really, really quick. Oh, passing by a bush. Running over rocks and patches of moss. Hovering over the ground. He's being very, very suspicious here. Where are you going, man? Where are you going with your little builder suit? Where do you get the supplies to build stuff when you proxy like this? You pull it out of, like, your backpack? Other places? Anyway, yep, here's the proxy again. Likely just going to be similar to what we saw in game number 1, where he just went for the proxy Reaper. It got a couple kills, which was good. Wasn't game altering. I don't think that's the reason he won. Once again, I think SOS just has no interest in going for splash damage, which seems insane to me. Plus, his Mass Oracle play got scouted and completely countered by what Maru was trying to do, or by what Maru ended up doing. So, double gas opening again. Looks like we're going to see some Cyclone play out of that factory, possibly some very quick Widow Mines, and maybe a couple Reapers. A couple Reapers is good with the gas you're going to get out of these double refineries. We'll see. We'll see what we get. Anyway, this Reaper's name, let's make sure it's a Reaper before we start. It's gotta be, though, doesn't it? Unless he throws up the factory over here, too, and it is. Okay, so Marine on the way. Doesn't get a name. Ah, I had one all ready to go. Had it all queued up. Ugh, now I'm like feeling frustrated about that. Anyway, expansion on the way from SOS. He went 1 get expanded to a Cyber Core, which means he does not anticipate any trouble, which is nuts after that last game. And the factory is going to be over here. It is going to be proxy. There's a Marine to protect it in case a probe gets up here and tries to stop it from happening. That's what the Marine is for. And by that, I mean he's going to leave it alone. And if a probe shows up, I mean, good luck, SCV. You've had a nice life. Proxy down here from SOS at the southern section of the map. Probably going to be a Stargate based on this double gas. Based on, there we go, fully saturated double gas. There's the Cyber Core. Here is the pylon finishing. And man, that timing is disgusting out of SOS. Just sick. There's his Stargate. All right, so, is that Tech Lab? Oh, it's going to be Proxy Cyclone. It's going to be Proxy Cyclone. Both players are playing entirely in the dark here. Nobody knows what's going on based on that mini-map. We are maybe going to scout over here a little bit. Yep. All right, so the probe comes in for the scout. Is going to die if it tries to come in for further scouts. Didn't actually get up the ramp to see if there's a barracks there or not. So doesn't know. It's completely in the dark here about what Maru is trying to do. Maru, on the other hand, is not scouting either. He is making a Cyclone. He is making some Marines. Here comes an Adept to try to shut this sucker down. Oh, if the Cyclone was here, it'd be really, really nice. 3-shot into that Marine. You can't run. You can run, but you cannot hide. Completely dead there. How about this little guy? Oh, actually, not finishing the transfer. Coming back in, recognizing there's a Cyclone on the way, and it's time to run. It's time to run here. Meanwhile, there's an Oracle in production. Oracle's name is Prometheus. Do we name him is the question here. There's a little bit too much going on. I think we'll save it for a next Oracle, unfortunately, as this is happening. Throwing up a bunker at the front. The Oracle might end up coming home to defend against this, actually. I don't know. You have a choice right now. Oracle immediately makes a beeline for that mineral line. Barracks scouts in to see what's going on. I think the natural base is toast for SOS. I think this Oracle is going to have a grand old time here in this mineral line. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of kills on that Oracle for sure. Natural base going to die. SCV's coming in. Cyclone, lock on, beautiful lock on it. He's got, nope, the maglev upgrade is almost done. Almost done there. Oh my gosh, they got that pylon. They're going to depower. Oh, actually, repairing his own pylon there is that shield battery, which is kind of amazing. So Oracle has 8 kills, which is a lot. A lot of kills there. This is a really tough situation for SOS. A sentry gets picked off. Double Cyclone up here is so scary right now. What are you even making to deal with this? It's going to be another Oracle trying to save the day. Maybe trying, if he can just hold here, I think he's going to be able to wipe out Maru's entire economy, although there is a Viking up back home to defend against this. Oracle number 2 swings in. Is going to get a certain number of kills as well. Barracks scouting. Natural base ends up dead. We've got Cyclones at the front. The income for Maru is abysmal is the problem. It is 25 to 17 workers, but the army at the front gates is a little bit intimidating for the Protoss player. Going to try to take down that shield battery using that Magfield accelerator upgrade. Chiva. So fast to kill buildings. So fast to kill armored stuff. Oracle back here trying to see if there's anything else to kill. Maybe other units are going to come out of here. A Widow Mine in production. The problem is, where is our Viking? Our Viking is trying to save the day. It's killed one of the Oracles so far. Another one is on the way here. You know what would be nice is just a little missile turret. Bringing some SCVs back home to help with the mining. 26 to 20 harvesters. And it is going to be... income is going to be favoring SOS, but not by a whole lot. Well, that's closer to double now. I don't know. It's all over the place. All over the place. Oracle comes in for more kills. Oh my gosh. 11 kills on this guy. Vikings, whap, whap. Gonna go ahead and eventually pick it out here. But does have 13 kills. So we're one base in it to one base in it. It is 26 to 17 workers, which is really a massive advantage right now for SOS. He's got Stalkers up. He's got Zealot, Adept. Actually, no. Yes, 1 Zealot and 1 Adept here. This barracks is supplying the high ground. It cannot die. If it dies, the Cyclones can't actually go up the high ground with that lock on, and that's something they need to do here. Cyclone does find the forward Stargate. Going to wipe that out. No more really fast proxy oracles, at least. This Adept is trying to get over here, but no. You are not getting across the map at all. But you know what? While we're away, the Stalkers come down. They do take down the Widow Mine. They're going after the bunker here. There's really only 2 Marines inside this bunker. It's not crazy good. Bunker down. Might lose a Stalker in the exchange, but that's probably a fair trade, especially if we got a Widow Mine in the process. Army supply is up 21 to 16 in favor of Maru, but that income, once again, really favoring the Protoss player. That said, mules are helping to make that more equitable, and we're oversaturated for SOS. He has more workers, but he's still on 1 base. Like, he doesn't have the natural. He should have a natural. Banshee with Cloak, the follow-up here from Maru. I don't know, was that worth it? Resources lost here definitely seem to say it was worth it for Maru. 2,300 resources lost for SOS and 1,000 period. 1,000 period from Maru. That barracks is going to die. It's coming in to see a scout. Is there a base coming up? Probably. Gonna throw my stuff into your construction zone. How do you feel about that? Actually, there's a biohazard symbol right here on that construction zone, so watch out for that one. SOS. Same over here, I assume. Yep, same over that natural base too. So Fort Aleksander, kind of a fun map. Really interesting visually, I would say. Vikings flying around trying to see if there's stuff they can kill over here. Maybe go for some harassment, but there are 2 Stalkers just waiting for that to happen. So the Vikings decide to pull on back home. I mean, no harm in checking, I believe, is how Maru sees this. Factory coming all the way home here too. This might actually be what slows him down the most, is the fact that he has to fly his factory all the way back home after proxying it clear across the map here. Stalker is going to put some pressure up at the front, but with the Cyclones on the high ground and a tank here too, I just don't see this really working out. You can't, there's nowhere to blink up over here or over there. You really have to blink up in this area, which is well covered by the tank fire. As you can see that, the tank spread is really catching that fantastically. Lock on takes down the hallucinated Phoenix. Seems like a bit of overkill, but that's just fine with me. Observer and charge coming in from SOS. He's waiting for that natural to finish. It is going to come in right now, and he's going to happily be mining from it. He really wanted that back for the last 3 or 4 minutes or so, and now he's going to have that income advantage over Maru for sure. Look at start to skyrocket here for SOS. 1,200, 1,300 there. Blink Stalkers do take down a Cyclone, but lose a couple Stalkers in the process, and that tank fire is brutal stuff. That tank fire is horrible, horrible stuff. So 1,200 minerals per minute here. Actually starting to mine out the minerals inside the main base, which is really good. that he got the natural. Trying to land his own natural now is Maru. And once again, just more gateways coming in for SOS. He's going to deal with these Vikings that are maybe going to try to fly on in here. The Cloak Banshee. Trying to get some stuff done, but there's a shield battery in the mineral line. Is there one over here? There's an observer with stalkers, which is basically just as good. Once again, Phoenix gets picked off. Banshee trying to get some stuff done, but yeah, getting chased away by those stalkers like it stole something, because it was trying. It was trying to steal something is what I'm trying to say. Oh, look at the reflection, too. Look at that Banshee reflection on the water. That's very, very pretty. I like it. Stalkers actually trying to catch these Banshees. You know what? They get one of them. They get one of them. Free Banshee. That's not too bad. Good awareness there from SOS, recognizing if there's one Banshee with Cloak, there's probably going to be another one or two. Just is in the right place at the right time. He's got more Stalkers. He's got Blink. He's got Charge. He's going to try to do this again with literally no splash damage. I just don't understand his thought processes here, but here we go. That was just too much stuff, man. Blink it in. Tank down. All right, this is working a little bit better than I thought. The Zealots aren't even having to really do much of anything here. Tank on the high ground really getting that splash damage in, however. Marine sitting here as well. Banshee getting some shots off. Does get picked off at the same time. The Stalkers do pull back. And Maru manages to hold there. Losing a couple tanks in the process and evening up the resources lost quite nicely there was SOS. 3,800 to 3,500. Whereas it used to be really in favor of the Protoss player. By that I mean he was losing big time. Guardian Shield is up. Here come the Zealots, the Stalkers. No, I guess bunker for you? That's an engineering bay, though. Engineering bay for you there. Banshee fighting, Marines fighting, Raven here for that detection as necessary, I guess. Going to try to pick off that observer. Got it! Did end up getting it, but once again, the Banshees forcing back these Stalkers. And a third base is done for SOS as well. Natural base is not happy. Not a happy place for Maru at all. He's got 27 workers to 39 of Maru's here. Maru is killing it economically. And we're starting to see, well, actually not too much of a difference. Once again, Mule's really, really helping. And the fact that there's been no gas taken at the natural base for SOS really means the gas income is going to be fairly similar too. So no gas income indicates we're not going to see a tech up. We're just going to go ahead and make Stalkers and Zealots as long as the day is long and try to keep Maru from getting up into the mid to late game, which is weird. I mean, it seems like the pattern in the fandom, at least for StarCraft 2, is that right now late game Protoss is really, really hard for Terran to deal with. But it really seems like SOS here is not interested in getting there. He's going for Storm. Okay, so that's the one thing he is using his gas for, is going to be for Psionic Storm down here, is being Chrono Boost off the Templar Archives. And once there is Storm, that's when things change for the Terran player. They can handle Stalkers, they can handle Zealots, as we saw in the first couple of games there. Cloak Banshees once again trying to do stuff, but dude, Observer. Ah, he acted like he didn't have detection and was running away. Got some nice shots off there, bringing the wounded Stalkers back. Great control by SOS. Is he taking additional gases? Yes, he is finally taking additional gases here at the third, but the natural, leaving those entirely unharvested for some weird reason. No, Warp Prism gets picked off there. What the heck, by what? Viking? Hold up. So where's our Warp Prism at? Here's the Warp Prism. Oh, it was just lock-on. It was the Cyclone. Okay, unloaded a couple Zealots there, but really no problem otherwise. So High Templar on the way, so they get their energy up to where they can be useful once Psionic Storm finishes. And once again, just kind of really keeping Maru contained. Maru sitting on 2 bases. We've seen him do this before, though, where the army gets up really, really big with Marines, with tanks, Marauders, Medivacs, Widow Mines in the mix, a single Raven for that anti-armor missile, and then comes in for the huge attack. This is what we're seeing prepared for right now in Game 3 as well. It's what got me here. A third base is landing, but I don't see that much saturation going down on it anytime soon here. Although he is oversaturated at his natural, he could do some transferring there. So here come the High Templar. They're not in a Warp Prism or anything. They're just regular dudes. Regular dudes coming on down, floating on down, which makes them less than regular dudes, I guess, or more than regular dudes. I suppose is probably the better way to do that. Army supply is 64 to 45. SOS has the lead he hasn't had in the previous couple of games here. Can he force a game 4? That's all he wants to do right now. He's not thinking about winning the whole thing, I don't think. He just needs to get on in here. And this looks like a pretty dangerous attack from the backside. We're set up to defend the third. Feedback on the Raven. Nice storm on the ramp. Zealots getting on top of those tanks, and that's your good game. Whoa, SOS ends up taking it there in 13 minutes and 13 seconds. I mean, it's 74 to 42 army supply. Fair. There's a couple of Widow Mines here, not going to be much use. A Cyclone up there, not going to be much use. All the stuff here are a handful of Marines and Marauders without any medevacs at all. Where the heck did your medevacs go? Did they get feedbacked? They might have gotten feedbacked. I know the Raven got feedbacked. Actually, did they not make any? Yeah. At this stage, he didn't have any. Oh, that's so weird. So the Raven dies. All you have are unsupported Marines and Marauders, no medevacs. Once the tanks are dead, there's no coming up that ramp, and then your natural's gone, and there's just too much storm. It was something that Maru was not prepared to handle. He didn't have medevacs to heal up after that, and he tapped out. So that is going to be 1 win for SOS. 1 win closer to beating Maru yet again and forcing his way into the next round of IEM Katowice 2019. We'll see if he can pull it off. We'll see if Maru goes ahead, and that was just a hiccup, he would say. On my way to my 3-1 win, but I guess that's what Game 4s are all about. Stick with me. We'll be right back. All right. It's going to be Maru and SOS on Kairos Junction for game number 4. Once again, everything is on the line for SOS. Maru can afford to lose one more game, and there will be a game 5, but I kind of feel like he wants to close it out in game 4. Bottom right-hand corner is going to be Maru. Top left-hand corner on Kairos Junction is going to be SOS. All right, man, that's an early probe, and that is an early in SCV, and they don't see each other. They do not see each other at all, and as a result, they can go ahead and throw down their respective cheese without anybody really getting in the way of it. This probe actually looks like it's just going to go for the scout. This probe doesn't have anything nefarious other than doing a little bit of some SCV harassment here, I suppose. There is your barracks. We'll see if there's a Reaper in production here or not this time, or just the Marine. I don't know. I think maybe he might have some better luck. Excuse me, a little bit better luck there. With the Reaper. I don't know. It's really hard to tell at this stage. Anyway. Well, there's your double gas. Ooh, and the probe found it. Oh, that's huge. The probe finds it. The SCV is trying to get back to work here, trying to do the sneaky thing where it runs, cancels, runs back in, does some work, cancels, hopes it randomly gets into a spot where it can continue working. I know I've said before that there's no RNG in StarCraft, but that's it. That is the one spot there is where SCVs are while they're building their buildings. So there's your Reaper. Reaper's name is going to be Q. A godlike being of pure annoyance, Q has taken on uncountable forms throughout time. After being a dragon-like creature on Discord, the 46th President of the United States, and a mad scientist who created puzzles, Q decided to check out the Dominion Reaper program. However, he realizes his life is going to be quite short. Now he is planning on how to become a super edgy Protoss leader instead. So probe harassment down here. We do have the SCV coming to see what's going on. Just an expansion, man. Just the expansion. Cybercore is done for SOS. Reaper's going to hop in here. Q, the Reaper, going to try to get some stuff done. There's an Adept being Chrono Boost, so I think maybe 1 kill, 2 kills is as good as you're going to get here. At least the 1. I really feel like, no, great micro. Actually bringing in probes to keep their friends alive. I like that. I like that a lot. The Reaper ends up getting no kills whatsoever, and now the Adept is out. So SOS rebuffing that exceptionally well. It helps he scouted it. It helps he knew it was coming, as information is everything in StarCraft 2. But regardless, expanding behind it is Maru. He's a little bit behind on that front. SOS is going to have his natural base up here any time now. Reaper hopping up. Doesn't want to get shot in the face by the Adept under any circumstances at all. Another Reaper here, though. So double Reaper play. Kind of interesting. But Stalker's out now, and a Reaper's out, and it's just not a great place. If there's, yeah, Adept Stalker pretty great in this situation. Reaper hopping on down, trying to find something to kill down here. Does have the 1 kill, but otherwise not being too successful. And really, at this stage, just getting that natural base up early for SOS has been fantastic. He can saturate it, whereas Maru's still sitting on this 1 base here. His natural base is not quite done yet. He can't really harvest from it at all. And Q escapes with 1 kill and looking forward to his next life, as reincarnation is apparently a thing if you're an all-powerful being, as Q is. Now, Adept really looking for proxies at this stage and trying to decide Maybe just taking the roundabout away over, but there's a Cyclone Reaper play here. But you know what? Being on that high ground is really great. I mean, that is some great positioning there, and the reaction time perfect. Out of SOS to chase that away. Really, in general, a Cyclone should be able to take care of the Stalkers, but the positioning they had was too good. It was really too good here. Swinging on in, does see the robotics facility, sees the additional gateways, sees the double gas, might actually get another probe kill. Are you kidding me? Wow, 2 kills, and dead. I really think it could have survived another couple of minutes there, or a couple seconds, if he hadn't actually gone after that Stalker. I think the Stalker thought one more shot was enough to kill it, but it definitely was not. Reaper was alive for a little bit there, but fare thee well, Q. Banshee coming up from Maru. He's got a tank in production. Another Banshee on the way. Bunker coming up at the front. A little bit of pressure now. Some Stalkers. And no 4-gate this time, as it is Robotics Facility instead of Twilight Council. So here we go. Stalkers coming on in. There's a tank with a bunker, and you can't blink up here. Oh, he's going to try to warp Prism Micro up here, but there is... Oh, boy, there's a Cyclone. There's a Cyclone just waiting for this. You know what? Never mind. The Cyclone moves itself out of position, and the Stalkers do get inside, and we do warp in some additional Zealots to help augment the situation. Robotics Bay coming in for SOS now. Holy smokes, man. That is some really fantastic stuff. Stalkers, Zealots fighting on in right now. Whoop-bam, whoop-bam. Actually chasing these guys away. SCV's running for it. Cyclone trying to fight, but man, Zealots can absorb a lot of damage before they actually end up going down. It's holding the ramp, repairing the tank. The tank ends up getting killed, though. The Cyclone is out as well. The Banshee's actually enough to chase these guys away. The Cloak Banshee is enough, as there's not an observer. Where is it? I swear he had one. Oh, boy. This is not going as well. He's trying to be very fancy with it, but he's got 3 observers. Where the heck are his observers right now? Oh, he's got one. It's right here. I thought I heard it. Oh, but the repair on that Banshee is serious stuff right now. Zealots hacking away at those SCVs. This is amazing out of SOS right now. He's killing SCVs. He's standing here. If you want to come in, he says, you want to use your Banshee to kill me? Good luck with that. Well, bam! Does take it down. SCVs fighting, Marines fighting. Stalkers picking off those Marines quite easily. Again, the Micro with the Warp Prism is disgustingly great. Out of SOS, it's so impressive. Banshee forced to come back home to try to deal with this thing. Just more and more Banshees. The damage done so far by SOS has been just huge. 2,100 resources lost to 1,400 resources lost. My goodness gracious. Incredible, incredible stuff here from SOS thus far. He's going for Colossus. He's going for +1 attack. Is he going for an extended thermal lance is the question that I'd like to ask, and he's not, which is weird. If you're going for any number of Colossus, you really want extended thermal lance. But all right, man. Unloading. Stalkers fighting against these SCVs. Down, down, down we go. SCVs just getting wrecked here in this game. 15 have been killed so far. 7 probes have gone down, which seems like a bigger number than I remember, but the game doesn't lie. The game count does not lie at all. Salvaging that bunker here. We've got double Banshees swinging up the left side, trying to get some stuff done. 2 Banshees can kill probes in a mineral line protected by a shield battery. There's your extended thermal lance. All right, I was going to say, SOS, if he's making Colossus at all, he needs that upgrade more than anything else. So finally, he's got the Splash. He got Storm in the last game. He's mixing it up a little bit here. The Observer is following the Banshees, and here come the Stalkers. And yeah, at this point, you might kill a couple of probes, but you're also getting chased away by Stalkers at this stage, which just not ideal for you if you're a Banshee pilot. Total number of probes down is 9. But still lost more SCVs thus far. Third base, there we go. There's that third. Canceled and replanted as it was in the wrong place by SOS. Not sure what that Stalkers or that SCV is trying to do. I know what the Stalkers are trying to do. They're trying to kill the SCV. Don't lose that War Prism. There's a lot of Marines down there just ready to rock against you. I love that they have the star on their shield there. That is great stuff. All right, man. Stalker, Colossus, Sentry, Zealot on this push right now versus Tank Marine. I don't think this is looking good for SOS, you guys. Tanks are very good against both the Stalkers and the Colossus, especially. That bonus damage versus armored really comes into play here. And with the Banshees, too, firing on above, I don't think the Colossus are long for this world. There's your engagement. Then jump, lasers chewing through. One of the tanks gets focused but not killed. Continuing to push on in here is SOS. Banshees in the sky, cloaked up there. Did he pick off the Observer? Is there an Observer in this group? There is. There's an Observer in this group, so we didn't manage to kill that. The Cloak Banshees are still visible right now, but this is just delay tactics. Right now, Maru does not have 3 bases, And SOS does, and it's able to go ahead and use that income to greater effect so far is SOS. Still pushing up, still slowly moving forward, once again bringing his SCVs with him for a little bit of meat shield action, but these Colossus care not for your meat shields, man. They will tear through your SCVs and leave you naked. But the tanks are the problem. As I mentioned previously, tanks are a problem versus all of this stuff here. Maybe the Zealots, but the Zealots don't have charge. They're trying to come up and trying to save the day. Colossus are target firing pretty darn well here against the Marines. The Stalkers are trying to pick off the tanks from a distance. One Colossus goes down. Another Colossus goes down. Third Colossus is here right now. It's a very difficult situation for SOS right now. There's still 4 tanks outside of his front door. A Colossus remaining. It is 26 to 40 army supply. Oh my goodness gracious. This Colossus is trying to do what it can. It's got 5 kills, but this fort is getting attacked right now. Another Colossus is in production. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough here. I really think Maru just might be able to finish him off right now. How does SOS hold this thing? Are we going to get a game 5? I don't know. Banshee's flying down to the third. I mean, if he had charge, maybe it'd be a better situation. Banshee's getting some shots off there too. Actually going to go ahead and unload. Oh, the tanks! Trying to get rid of the tanks by unloading on top of them. It doesn't work though. The natural base is gone. Stalkers fighting. Colossus fighting. Another Colossus shows up. Probes coming down to try to break this front right now. You know what? It looks like the tanks are going to get surrounded by probes. The Colossus is fighting here too. The Colossus ends up alive with 16 kills. No, ends up exploding there. Additional Marines coming in. There's your good game, and Maru is your winner here. He ends up winning the series 3 games to 1. What an absolutely brilliant display there. Just patience. Patience with the tanks. Patience with the Banshees, who 14 kills. 14 kills on that Banshee. Hero Banshee, to be sure. Eventually broke SOS there at a situation that was looking very, very dicey for SOS at the end of the game. But once again, 2 base in it, man. That is what Maru's strategy has been. 2 base, 3 base, maybe. And then we just go over and we kill the Protoss player. That's what all 3 of his wins were. Oh, wow. Wow. Resources lost 10,000 here for SOS. 7,500 for Maru, telling the story on that one. Once again, army supply was just bigger. He just makes more stuff. Mixed up those compositions. Didn't bring a Raven this time, but had those Banshees, which 14 kill Banshee is really impressive. Really amazing stuff there in the end. Hoorah! All right. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.